Last Thursday I was at my favorite little garden center. They had a wheelbarrow near the cash register with all the bulbs that they probably would have to throw out in another week or so. These are all dahlias. They were dried out. Definitely maybe a week away from going in the trash bin. These up on top of a rack. I'm going to step down off of a ladder. They had a 30% off sale. And the lady at the register said, well, what do you think of that? And I said, the look of those bulbs, they're not worth 30% off. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll buy all of the dahlias in that wheelbarrow at 50% off. She said, okay. Then I went through it and I found there were a lot of gladiolas in there. And I said, would you do the same deal on the gladiolas? And she said, yes. She also reminded me that you better get those dahlias in the water pretty quick. Well, that night I came home and I planted them in that tub and this tub and 3 tubs behind me. Numerous little pots. And they definitely have hydrated themselves back to life. And I think it was 49 of them in the packages I bought. And I've got 46 showing growth. So maybe it wasn't a bad investment. I got something in my greenhouse and I've never had it before. But they worked on my pepper plants and ate the new leaves off, which pretty much ends the life of that plant. These are some zinnias. And since yesterday, this plant, you can see the leaf drooped over. And I have no idea what's chewing it off. Another mystery. Well, let's go outside and see what's going on. Here's some hydrangeas I grew from cuttings a couple years ago. I call hydrangeas 90% plants. They're mostly made up of water. They dry out real quick and they rejuvenate when you put water on them real quick. 2 days ago these were standing in these trays and the trays were full of water and I dumped it off. Yesterday it was over 90. Today it's going to hit 90. And they were drooping, so I had to hit them with some water. They're already starting to perk up. You can notice this little one in the back. It gets blocked by the afternoon sun from these taller ones. I need to switch them around or move the direction that the sun's coming from. My tomatoes are coming along pretty good. These have been planted for about 50 days. I would say from the bottom to the top of the tallest might be 2 feet. I'd like to see them taller than that, and hopefully I'll get there because ever since I planted these in the ground, it has been cloudy and rainy and overcast, and you really need sunlight to make them go. But they're coming along. I think they'll probably make it. I try not to ever give up on plants. Now here's one of my hydrangeas that somehow got a little neglected over the winter. And anybody that saw that would say, this thing is dead, why are you keeping it in the pot? That's why I'm keeping it in the pot. The top was dead, but the roots weren't. That'll be way behind the others, but it's still a growing hydrangea. And I think they call it Nicky. It naturally has a tendency to be blue. Well, we'll slide around. I told people that I was going to have to put a lid on my compost pile and put something on it to weight it down. And I just thought I would show you that I did. This is an old boat cover tarp made out of canvas. I've got to bore it down through the middle because it's not wide enough to cover this as one piece. But the 2 pieces overlap in the center. I just put a board around every corner. And then I will remove it every now and then if it's going to rain just to get more moisture in it so it'll compost down.